Hello, everyone. Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga for your hamstrings today. So today's class, we're going to be tackling not only the flexibility of our hamstrings. A lot of us think, oh, I have tight hamstrings, that's why I have back pain. Well, I'm not going to say that that is an untrue statement, but the bigger issue a lot of times with our hamstrings is the strength and motor control relative to our glutes. So we're going to be doing some modifications of yoga and exercises that are going to help us train how to use our hamstrings correctly with our glutes so that they're not overpowering us and allowing us to have that nasty back pain that a lot of us experience when we have that problem with our hamstrings. So what you're going to need for class today is pretty simple: a yoga mat on the floor, a yoga strap when we get down to our yoga mat, and then some sort of seating device that you can also place weight onto. So a chair seat will work perfect, whether it has arms or not, irrelevant for today's class. Once you have that chair, go ahead and place it at the top or the front of your yoga mat so that you'll be able to use it for support as well for sitting. Then, once you've got that, go ahead and have yourself in a nice, good standing position. We're going to work on getting some nice, good alignment in standing to begin. So have yourself facing your chair. And for your alignment at home, if you were to put your hands on your chair, can you find that position that you would be in a modified tabletop position, meaning that your wrists and elbows would be underneath your shoulders and your hips and knees and ankles are going to somewhat align. So that's about the distance away from the chair that you want to be. Each and every person, that's obviously relative to your height. Okay. Let's get some good Tadasana happening. So take a look down at your feet. Make sure that your feet are approximately 2 fist distance. If you're not sure about that, put it down there. That is your hip distance. Then take your heels and pull them out so that the outside of your feet line up with the outside of your mat. Take an opportunity to pick those toes up for a second. With your toes picked up, start to push a little bit of weight into the ball of your big toe and a little bit of weight into the ball of your pinky toe. Now that you've got that weight into your forefoot, keep it there, but gently relax your toes down so that all of the weight is not in your heels. Then, keeping the weight in the balls of your toes equally with your heels, just allow yourself a second to rock left to right, right to left. And as you do that, see if you can balance the weight between your right and your left legs. Once you've got yourself there, take an opportunity to really tighten your knees, hyperextend your knees, use your quadriceps, and then relax your knees completely in a soft position. Hands up to that pelvis. Let's go through some movement of our pelvis to make sure we have our pelvis in a neutral position. For those of us that have over dominant hamstrings, these back muscles, they never let go. So what I want you to really work on doing is trying to relax your pelvis back and downward. But allow yourself to tilt your pelvis forward a bit. Maybe you feel that tension as you go into that position. Then allow yourself to relax your tailbone downward. All right. Now, as you get your position of your pelvis, make sure that you didn't lock out your knees. More importantly, make sure you didn't take all that weight back to your heels. So bring yourself back into the balls of your toes if you need to. All right, let's get our rib cage on top of our pelvis. So take your right hand onto your sternum bone, left hand onto your belly, just above your belly button. Check in that your abdominals are not hardened right now. So give your belly a little bit of a wiggle, make sure it's nice and soft. Then allow yourself to take a nice deep inhale and lift your rib cage up on that inhale. Hold your breath here. Slowly look down and find your toes. And then as you exhale, relax that rib cage down, let your belly soften in that position. All right, now you've got that nice, good alignment. Take that left hand, stack it on top of that right hand, and begin to lengthen your neck and settle your chin into your throat. Gaze yourself straight forward. Now, before you let go of your rib cage, make sure you feel that your tailbone is settled, your knees are soft, weight is in the balls of your toes. So much to think about, right? Then gently relax your arms to the side of your body. Allow yourself to slowly shrug your shoulders towards your ears. Turn your palms all the way out as the thumbs go to the back of you, and then pull your shoulder blades down. Find that nice, good position of your scapula in a stable position, and then soften your hands. All right. So believe it or not, those are all of the alignment cues to find yourself in a beautiful mountain pose, Tadasana pose. So keep yourself right here, steady your gaze forward. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale through your nose, just let that air slowly expand out. One more time, deep inhale into that belly. Let that belly move out and forward, expand to the sides. And then as you exhale through that nose, just let that air fall out. All right, let's start some nice, easy movements to open up through these hamstrings. So with your hands, take an inhale, lift your arms forward. And then as you exhale, hinge at your hips, bend at your knees, place your hands on your chair. Then inhale, stack your shoulders on top of your wrists. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows and slowly bring the crown of your head downwards towards your chair. Now, stay right here. Can you check in that your elbows are kind of tucked inward? Have your knees as bent as you need to be related to the tension of your hamstrings. But take your tailbone right now and feel that tailbone lifting up to the ceiling. Feel your hamstrings? All right. Now, if you can get the crown of your head to your chair, great. If you can't get the crown of your head to the chair, that's okay. Just keep the weight into your hands. Allow yourself to rest your belly against your thigh. If you can, pull that tailbone up. Take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Nice, gentle forward fold here. Deep inhale into your belly and exhale out. Now keep those elbows bent, bend the knees a little bit more. Then slowly start at your tailbone and curl your spine up. And as you curl your spine up, find yourself all the way back in that Tadasana. So check in with yourself. Is the weight in the balls of your toes? Are your knees nice and soft? Is that tailbone gently settled? Is that rib cage up and over that pelvis? Is that neck nice and long, that chin settled, that gaze forward? Can you set your scapula in a position, shoulder blades are scapulae, so that they're on your rib cage? All right, let's go through that one more time. Maybe this time allow yourself to see if you can get a little bit deeper into your hamstrings. So take an inhale, lift the arms up. As you exhale, hinge at your hips, bend your knees. Now really let your knees bend here. Take an inhale, weight shift forward, shoulders over the wrists. Then as you exhale, bend those elbows down and in, straighten those knees, lift that bottom up to the ceiling, and then go to that tailbone. Pull that tailbone up. Aha, there's those hamstrings. Keep the belly onto the thigh. If you can you drop the crown of your head onto your chair? Gaze straight back between your ankles or your knees for me. And let's do those two beautiful inhales and exhales here. So nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. One more time. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Now this time, straighten your elbows. And as you straighten your elbows, push your shoulders up and over your wrists. Now, if your wrists do not like being in that much extension, simply allow yourself to turn your hands and hold onto the corners of the chair. You'll be in a little bit less wrist extension there, and maybe your wrist will be a little bit happier. So you pick where you want to be. Now in this position, check in with yourself that your shoulders and elbows are on top of your wrists and your hips are stacked over your ankles. Knees, they're as bent or straight as you need them to be so that you don't feel tension in your hamstrings right now. Now, place 50% of your body weight into your hands. Hold that 50% of your body weight into your hands. Preferentially push into your index fingers and your thumbs. All right. We are going to try to dissociate and control when our hamstring fires versus our glutes. So in this position, take your abdominals and start to harden them. Gently begin to imagine if someone's to punch you in the belly, you're hardening those abdominals, you're stabilizing through that spine. Keep that spine nice and straight right here. then go to your right leg. Can you take an inhale and very slowly bend your right knee? Can you take an exhale and very slowly lift your foot towards the ceiling? Now, don't lift your leg so high that your back arches, because that's going to allow you to learn to overuse that back and hamstrings. Only go to where you can keep your abdominals tight, squeeze the glutes, and lift the heel. Take an inhale here. Then as you exhale, slowly drop that knee down right next to the left. Inhale here, straighten that right leg, and then exhale. All right, let's do it on the left side. So keep the weight onto your hands. If your hands are getting tired, push into the index fingers and thumbs a little bit more. Keep that back nice and straight. Brace through those abdominals. Left leg, inhale, bend the knee, keep the knees stacked. Exhale, lift the leg up. As you lift that heel towards the ceiling, keep those abdominals tight. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, slowly drop the knee down in line with the opposite. Inhale, straighten the knee. Exhale, shift the weight back to the left side. All right, one more time each side. Let's give it a try. Brace through the abdominals. Harden your abdominals. Right leg, inhale, bend the knee. Don't let the leg bone move. Exhale, slowly lift the heel up, but keep the back nice and straight. Take an inhale here. Then as you exhale, slowly lower that knee down, stack it next to the next. And then exhale, dropping that leg down, shifting the weight. Last time on the left side. Inhale, bend that knee, control it here. Brace the abdominals. Exhale, lift that heel. Inhale here. Exhale, drop that leg bone down, stack the knees. Inhale, straighten that left leg and take an exhale here. All right, let's do a nice good modification of downward dog. So keep your hands right where they are or turn your hands out to the sides of your chairs, whichever you prefer. Then start to walk your legs back. As you walk your legs back, can you line your trunk up with your arms? Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, bend your knees as much as you need to. Check in that your feet are hip distance, your heels are out, and the outside of your feet are lining up with your yoga mat. Drop that belly down towards the thighs. All right, lift that tailbone up towards the ceiling. Take your knees as straight as you can. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze right at a point between your big toes. Now, give me a nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. One more breath. Nice deep inhale in and exhaling out. Slowly shift your weight back into your hands. Walk your legs forward until you get yourself back into that modification to tabletop pose. Bend your knees. Start at your tailbone. Use your abdominals. Curl and tuck your tailbone under and slowly make your way all the way back up into Tadasana. You got it. Okay, now here's what I want you to do. Turn yourself around 180. Have it so that you're next to your chair. Gaze at your feet and make sure that your feet are hip distance on the floor. Once you get your feet hip distance on the floor, pull those heels out. Place your arms up at shoulder height. Now, in this position, brace through your abdominals. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, sit yourself into chair pose. But don't let yourself sit on the chair. How close can you get without finding yourself sitting on the chair? Keep yourself right there. Pull your shoulder blades back and down. Lengthen your neck. Settle your chin. Gaze forward at the top of your mat. Push into your feet. Hold it here. One inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly drop your bottom to the chair. You've got it. Take your feet out a little bit wider so that it's closer to chair width, not hip width. Once you've got yourself there, take those elbows, place those elbows down onto those knees. I like to call this toilet bowl position for the obvious reasons, but you're basically in a modified squat. Now, in this position with your elbows on your knees, take your hands and either interlace them together or just place them into a palm touching palm position. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Now, to get to those hamstrings and really find that nice, efficient length of those hamstrings, take your belly right now and pull your belly between your thighs. Shoulder blades, pull them back and down. Take an inhale, and as you inhale, lift your bottom up, push the weight into your feet. As you exhale, slowly start to straighten your knees, but do not let your belly come off of your thighs. Can you gaze straight back at that chair you were just sitting on? Inhale, slowly bend your knees, go as far as you want, even touch the chair if you feel. Then, as you exhale, lengthen that bottom all the way to the ceiling, gaze straight back at that chair. 2 more times. Inhale, bend the knees, keep the belly between the thighs. And exhale, lengthen those hamstrings, the back of the legs as you gaze back at the chair and lift that bottom up. Inhaling, slowly sit to the chair. And then exhaling and lifting and lifting and lifting, gaze at that chair. Finally, on this inhale, slowly drop your bottom all the way down to the chair. Now, stay right here. Let yourself exhale. And then let's do a nice, good modification of a forward bend here. So really nice to open up through those back paraspinals and erector spinae muscles that might be overstressed because of those silly little inefficient hamstrings. So keep yourself right where you are right now. Allow yourself just to slowly drop your head and look back underneath the chair. Let your chest start to fall a little closer towards your knees. And then one hand at a time, start to drop your hands towards the mat. Once your hands are towards the mat, let your head slowly lengthen in the back and gaze straight back underneath that chair. Now, in this position, allow yourself to take a deep, deep inhale into your belly all the way to your pelvic floor. Stretch out that low back. And then as you exhale, relaxing here, keep that gaze back under the chair. One more breath. Deep inhale in. And slowly exhaling out. All right, let's control those hamstrings and glutes and back muscles and get them all working in the right order here. So keep your gaze back towards the chair. Slowly start to push your feet into the floor. Can you feel that contraction of your glutes and your pelvic floor? Stabilizers of the hips all happening there. Now, so begin to tighten through your abdominals and think about where your tailbone is right now. Can you use your abdominals to slowly curl yourself up? Use those back extensors to lift that rib cage all the way up. Go very slow and segmentally until you get your rib cage right on top of your pelvis. Relax your shoulder blades back and down, and finally lengthen the neck and gaze upward. So beautiful length of our hamstrings we did, and then we did a nice motor control exercise to get those glute and back muscles firing when they should and not let those hamstrings do their job. All right, so here's where we're going next, down to the mat. So what I would encourage you to do is just go into a side lunge, drop yourself down onto one knee, drop yourself to the opposite knee, take your chair and just move it out of the side. We're done with our chair. Once it's away from you, find yourself in hands and knees pose and make sure that you've got your yoga strap somewhere near you next to your mat on the floor. Knees, find yourself in hip distance. So take those 2 fists between those knees. Once you've got them there, walk your hands forward, look straight back, make sure that your feet line up with your knees, and then stack your hips on top of your knees. Walk your hands forward so that you've got your wrists and your elbows underneath your shoulders. Index fingers forward, thumbs nice and spread inward. Now, in this position, allow yourself to lengthen your neck and settle your chin. Okay, so it's a hamstring class. So what about cat-cow pose can we do to help hamstrings? Well, it's all about when the hamstring fires. So what I want you to do here is I want you to allow yourself to take an inhale and think about lifting your tailbone and dropping your belly. Don't worry about the whole cow pose yet. And now as you exhale, feel yourself tuck your tailbone under. There's your hamstrings firing with your abdominals. Inhale, let your belly sink. Let your hamstrings let go. Now, on that exhale, tighten those abdominals, tuck that tailbone under, fire those hamstrings. You've got it. One more time. Inhale, let that belly sink, lift that tailbone, and really let those hamstrings let go. Then, as you exhale, tuck that tailbone under, get those abdominals and hamstrings talking to one another in your brain. Beautiful. Now keep that tailbone tucked under. Slowly allow yourself to sit yourself back into child's pose. Drop your sit bones to your heels, belly to your thighs, chest to your knees. Slowly relax your elbows and slowly bring the crown of your head down to your yoga mat. Okay, take yourself an opportunity here to rest. Keep that tailbone tucked under if you can think about it. And take a nice, slow, deep inhale into your belly. And then exhaling out. One more time, nice, deep, slow inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful. All right, so make yourself back up onto hands and knees. Now, what we're going to do is another motor control exercise between our hamstrings and our glutes. If your wrists are unhappy being in hands and knees, allow yourself just to drop down onto your elbows. In that position, now make sure that's your index fingers that are pointed straight forward so that you've got that good alignment through your shoulders. You pick which position you want to be in. I'm going to stay up on my wrists and really focus on pushing between your index fingers and your thumbs. All right, now here's what the exercise is. Take those abdominals, take that spine and brace it and tighten nice and hard. Don't pelvic tilt under. Just brace and hold that spine in that nice neutral position. Now, gently shift your weight to your left knee. Can you inhale and lift the right leg up without the knee straightening? Can you exhale and hold it there? Brace those abdominals, guys. Can you inhale and hold it there? And can you exhale and slowly bring it back down? All right, so what not to do. This is not an exercise that you're kicking your leg up into the air. Great if you're focusing on fitness and wanting to have lots of good tension in your low back. But what I want you to do is really train your brain, motor control. When should I use my hamstring? When should I use my abdominals? When should I use my glutes? So I want you to keep that back perfectly straight and stabilized while you just use your hip to pivot an axis, keeping that shortened hamstring. All right, so let's try it on the left side here. So get yourself in a nice tight brace those abdominals, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze down at your wrists. Allow yourself to shift your weight slightly to your left knee. Now keep the, right knee. Keep the left knee bent. Take an inhale and just lift the leg. Don't let the knee straighten. Don't let the knee bend, but keep the back nice and stable. Exhale. Inhale, hold it. Exhale, slowly lower that knee back down. Now, if you're at home and you're getting some cramping of your hamstrings, take yourself an opportunity to straighten out that leg. We're going to do one more time on each side before we really work on lengthening through these hamstrings. All right, guys, push through those index fingers and thumbs if those wrists are getting tired. One more round on each. Brace those abdominals, lengthen that neck, settle that chin. Really tighten through those abdominals, shift the weight to the left knee. Keep the right knee bent. Can you inhale and just move the hip? Keep the spine nice and stable. Exhale there. Hold it. Inhale here. And exhale, slowly lower the leg down. All right, release your brace for a second. Brace the abdominals, push through the index fingers and thumbs, shift the weight to the right knee. Here we go. Inhale, lift the left leg. Don't let the knee bend or straighten. Don't let the spine move, find just the glutes. Exhale here. Inhale here. And exhale, slowly, slowly drop the left knee down. Find yourself back in the middle. Relax your abdominals. Take a nice deep inhale, full cow pose here. Drop your belly, lift your tailbone, squeeze those shoulder blades back and down, lengthen that neck and look up. And then as you exhale, tuck that tailbone under, abdominals in, spread the shoulder blades, lengthen the back of the neck, chin to chest, gaze to your belly button. Now stay in your really angry cat and walk your hands back. Sit your heels and your sit bones to one another. And finally, slowly drop yourself one last time into child's pose. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin, gaze straight back between those toes. Give me a nice deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Slowly bring yourself up on hands and knees just to turn yourself to your side, and then allow yourself to drop down on your side and roll yourself over onto your back. Now, as you're getting comfortable on your back, check in two things. One, you can reach that yoga strap. It's somewhere near you. And two, that your knees are bent, your feet are flat. Have it so that your shoulder blades are underneath you. Neck is long, chin is tucked inward. And then take your right knee to your chest. Nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, pull that knee into your chest. Shoulder blades are back and down. Check in that ankle lines up with that knee. Don't play into your tight hips. Now in that position, take a nice deep inhale into your belly. And then slowly exhaling out. One more time here. Nice good glute stretch. Inhale into your belly. And slowly exhaling out. Drop the right foot back down to the floor. Take the left knee up and into the chest. Nice deep inhale in, and as you exhale, pull that knee into the chest. Check in that left ankle lines up with that knee. No playing into any tight hips. Take a deep inhale into your belly here. And then as you exhale out, relaxing as you're lengthening through those glutes and hamstrings. One last breath here. Deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Beautiful. Gently place the left foot on the floor. All right. So our last motor control exercise. I'm not going to say strengthening. Are we going to be strengthening the hamstrings? Absolutely. But it's more important for each and every one of us to understand that the hamstrings don't function by themselves. They function with the glutes and with the back. So let's allow ourselves to train our muscles to control the right movements in the right order. So have your feet flat on the floor. Have it so that your ankles are somewhat underneath your knees. So shin bones are perpendicular or somewhere near that. Can you take a moment to check in that your low back is in a neutral position? So that means that your back is not really arched off the floor, or that your back is not being pushed downward into the mat right now. So a nice neutral position. Once you've got yourself in that position, we're going to be working on bridge pose, but we're going to be focusing on a stable spine. So take your hands, please, and place your hands right into the pelvic area, right into your lower abdominal area. Start to harden and brace those abdominals. Feel those muscles contract, transversus abdominis, without your pelvis moving into a tuck or a tilt. All right, now in this position, tightening and bracing through those abdominals, just start to gently push into your feet. As you push into your feet, ladies and gentlemen, that's your hamstrings firing. Brace through the abdominals, push gently into your feet. Now take a nice deep inhale and lift your hips up, pushing your knees over your toes. Exhale here, squeeze your glutes as much as you can. Don't let your pelvis lose its position. Abdominals are tight. Take an inhale here. Then as you exhale, slowly drop the pelvis down. Relax the push through the feet. Finally, relax the brace through the abdomen. So if your back changes its position, the hamstrings take over. So it's all about the abdominals controlling the motion first. Nice stable pelvis and back before you move your hips. Let's give it a try 2 more times. Here we go. Brace through the abdominals, nice and tight. Feel that contraction of your abdominals. Slowly push into your feet, but don't let go of your abdominals. Take an inhale here and lift the hips, push the knees over the toes. Brace through those abdominals, squeeze the glutes on the exhale. Maintain your bridge, inhale. Then as you exhale, slowly lower down. Finally, release the tension into the feet and then let go of the brace of the abdominals. One more time. Brace through those abdominals, harden. Don't let your back position move. Push into your feet, fire the hamstrings. Inhale, lift that pelvis up, knees over the toes. Exhale, keep the brace. Inhale, squeeze those glutes. And then as you exhale, lower the pelvis down, let go of the tension on the feet, relax the abdominals. You've got it. All right, let's make those hamstrings happy and nice and long. So take that right knee back to your chest. Once you have that knee to your chest, take your hands to the underside of your thigh. Nice deep inhale in, and then as you exhale, pull that knee into your chest. Left leg, slide it straight on down your mat, and then take both sets of toes and point them up towards your face. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Right leg, keep the knee to the chest, but inhale and slowly straighten the knee. Feel that tension in the hamstring nerve, but you're getting also a little bit of a sciatic tension here. Exhale and let that knee bend. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten through the knee. Don't let the knee come away from your chest. Exhale, let that knee bend. 1 more time here. Inhaling, straighten. Make sure those toes are pointed towards your head. And then exhale and relax. Very nice. Left knee, inhale, slide it up. Right leg, exhale, drop it down. Okay, take that left knee to your chest now. Take the hands and place them underneath the thigh. Nice deep inhale in, and as you exhale, pull that knee into your chest. Right leg here, slide it straight down the mat, and then take those toes, point them up towards your head. Now, really keep that knee towards your chest. Shoulder blades are back and down. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take an inhale for me, straighten that knee. And then as you exhale, relax. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten that knee. Feel the hamstrings, feel that sciatic nerve tension. Exhale and relax. Just 1 more time for me. Inhaling, straightening that knee. And exhaling and relaxing. You've got it. Right leg on an inhale, slide it up. Exhale as that left leg meets the floor. Okay, grab that yoga strap. Now take your yoga strap and find somewhere near the midpoint of your yoga strap. Then take your right knee to your chest and hook the yoga strap around the arch of your right foot. Now, once you've got yourself in that position and you've got secured control of the right leg, take that left leg and slide it all the way down that yoga mat. Now, in this position, take a nice deep inhale, and as you inhale, kick your leg straight and away from you. Use your biceps and your arm strength to hold on to that leg. Then as you exhale, slowly use the biceps to pull the leg up. Now, how far do you go? Find that exact point that if you pull any further, the knee bends. Then ease off. Find exactly for you where you need to be that knee stays perfectly straight. Then take the yoga strap, place the yoga strap in your left hand. Once you have the yoga strap in your left hand, take your right hand and place it underneath your bottom. Oftentimes, when we're trying to get a nice good elongation of the biceps femoris, the outside of your hamstrings, people let their pelvis and their low back do all the work. So here's what I want you to do. That hand that's underneath your right bottom, sit into it. Really allow yourself to push your hand downward into your yoga mat. Then with your right leg, take an inhale, tighten the knee, lift the heel upward. And then as you exhale, begin to pull that leg across your body. Now, where do you go to? The moment you feel your pelvis unloading off that right hand, push that pelvis back down into the hand. Just focus on holding the leg here. Now, inhale, straighten that knee, push that heel away from you. Exhale, holding right here. 1 more breath. Take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. You've got it. Okay, take an inhale, bring that knee all the way back up into its upright position. And then on your exhale, gently bend your knee to your chest. Take the right hand from underneath you. Take those straps and place them into your left and your right hands again. Once you've got yourself there, left leg, slide it up onto the mat, then bend the left knee to your chest. Simply take the arch of your left foot and put it in that yoga strap. Place the right foot down onto the floor. Once you feel like you've got a good hold of that yoga strap around the arch of the left foot, take that right leg and slide it all the way down. All right, let's do this left side. So first and foremost, take an inhale and kick the leg all the way away from you so that you feel the knees perfectly straight. There's no tension in the back of your thigh. Then as you exhale, pull that knee all the way up into that straight position. Only go to where you can keep the knee straight. Don't go beyond your hamstrings and sciatic nerve tension. So if you pull too far and the knee bends, you're not going to get the glory of this elongation. So keep the knee nice and straight here. Hold the straps with your right hand. Left hand, place it underneath your bottom. All right, so we are where we need to be. Now, push your pelvis down into that left hand. Allow yourself to inhale, straighten the left knee, lift the heel towards the ceiling. Then as you exhale, bring that leg across the body. Can you find that exact point where your pelvis begins to unload from your left hand? Push that pelvis back on down. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Can you inhale and straighten that knee more? Push that heel away from you more. And then as you exhale, is there any further to go with that leg and that stretch of those bicep femoris muscles? All right, hold yourself right here. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. Then inhale, bring that leg all the way back up. As you exhale, bend that knee to your chest. Take that strap away from that left leg. Just gently move the strap away from your body. Hold the left knee to your chest. Slide the right leg up the mat and then gently bring the right knee to your chest. All right, so knees are to the chest. Maybe do a little rock and roll here for a second, massaging out all of those beautiful back muscles that you have retrained today, as well as lengthen. Take a nice deep inhale here, and as you exhale, pull your knees into your chest. Allow yourself to get those ankles lined up with your knees. Now, rest your shoulder blades back and down. Keep those knees to your chest, lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly. And slowly exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale into the belly. And slowly exhaling out. Wonderful. Now keep the right knee to your chest. Slowly drop the left foot down to the floor and then slowly slide the left leg all the way down the mat. Right foot, place it on the left thigh, left hand, reach up and over for that right knee and bring the right arm out to the side of your body. Now take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to pull that right knee across your body. Feel that hip stretch. Keep pulling as you rotate that pelvis, that low back, that rib cage. Keep that right shoulder blade engaged with the yoga mat. Now lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and turn your gaze towards that right thumb. All right, just let yourself settle here in this spinal twist. Kind of take a moment to feel, where do you feel the most tension? And then take a nice, slow, deep inhale into your belly, into that diaphragm. And gently exhaling out. One more time, nice deep inhale into that belly. And exhaling out. Slowly bringing your head back to the center, starting at that right shoulder blade and de-rotating the rib cage first, followed by the low back, followed by the pelvis. And then finally, let that right foot place on the floor, slide that left leg up, slide that right leg down. Left foot up onto the right thigh, right hand to the left knee, left hand out to the side of the body. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then on the exhale, begin to pull that left knee to the right. Feel that stretch to the hip and then feel that pelvis rotating, low back rotating, rib cage rotating. Keep that left shoulder blade on the floor. Lengthen that neck, settle that chin, and then slowly turn your gaze to your left. All right, just take a moment here before you take your deep breaths to feel, where do I feel this tension? And then think about breathing into it. So take a deep inhale into your belly, into that diaphragm. And exhaling out. One more time, slow, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Then gently unrotate the head and then start at that left shoulder blade and derotate that rib cage, followed by that low back and then followed by that pelvis. Finally, place that left foot back on the floor. Slide that right leg up once both feet are flat on the floor. Bring the knees back to the chest one more time for knees to chest. This time, let's do a nice, good dural and nervous system stretch. So hold those knees into your chest, pull your shoulder blades back and down. Get ready to engage your biceps here. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Can you curl your head up off the floor, keeping your chin towards your throat and slowly bring your chin to your chest? Then can you use your biceps and pull your rib cage up as you bring your crown of your head towards your knees? Gaze straight down into your abdomen here. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, use those biceps, slowly drop the rib cage first. Keep that chin to your chest. Slowly take that chin away from the chest as the head comes back down to the floor. Keep your abdominals engaged. Slowly lower one leg to the floor, followed by the other. Abdominals still engaged here. Slowly slide one leg down to the corner of the mat, followed by the other leg down to the corner of the mat. Then relax through the abdominals, relax through the legs. Take those shoulder blades and rest them underneath you, arms out to the side of you. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Gently place the tongue on the roof of the mouth. That's the resting position of that tongue. Gently close your eyes here. Now, as you're resting in Savasana, take a nice, slow, gentle inhale into your belly. And then exhaling out. Let's do that one more time. Nice, slow, deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling out. Now just rest here for a moment. Take your attention down to your heels and can you feel if they feel like they're equally weight bearing on your mat? And then go all the way up to your buttocks. Can you tell them to relax a little bit more and see if you can get equal weight on both of those buttocks resting on your mat? Feel your knuckles of your hands touching the floor. How can you let go through your neck and shoulders and let your arms feel heavier? Feel your shoulder blades underneath you. Can you relax through your rib cage and your neck a little bit more and feel that weight go down onto your shoulder blades? The average head, it weighs 12 to 14 pounds. Can you relax your neck and just let your head rest down onto your yoga mat? And keep that tongue resting on the roof of your mouth. Keep the veils of your eyes gently closed. I'll take these last few seconds just to feel the breath moving in and out of your body, but keep your body nice and still. And then begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and do some circles with those wrists and those ankles. And then when you feel like you're ready, one leg at a time, slide that leg up that yoga mat and then gently let yourself roll to your left or your right side. Do what feels good for you. Rest yourself right there for a moment. Allow yourself at least a nice slow inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, bottom elbow, top hand, push yourself up into a seated position, finding yourself in easy pose. Legs gently crossed, tailor sitting, crisscross, applesauce, whatever you want to call it. And then bring your hands to the center of your heart. Smile on your face. Take a nice deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me today.